What's up, Moto fans? Michael here at Moto Machines, and today we're going to be doing a complete product overview of everything that we've done to this Tiger 900 Rally Pro. Now, if you've been around on our channel for a while, you'll know that this is the first, well, I guess the second build series bike that we've done on the channel. The first being, I believe it was an NC 700X. That predates me. That was before I started working here, but this is the second one. This is the Tiger 900 Rally Pro, and this bike has honestly been a ton of fun to kit out. But other than that, let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to be working our way. Now, we just did a video, which you can watch by clicking the top right-hand card of the screen. We did a video of the same exact thing that we're covering today on the Tenere 700. So if you're interested in that and have a Tenere 700, you can click that card above and watch that video. And then we also have an entire build series, of course, breaking down every part on that bike as well, which is over there because we're knocking out these videos back to back. The same goes for this Tiger 900. You know, we've done that entire build series, so if anything in this video interests you, there'll be a playlist link in the description, but also in the cards above, that you can click and watch, or even go to our channel and you can click on the Tiger 900 playlist and be able to find every single video that we've done on this motorcycle. And but with all that being said, let's get started. We're going to work back to front this time around. So first and foremost is the top case here. Now, this is the Exceed 45 liter top case in black. These top cases come in 4 different colorways. There's dark black, Titan, silver, and black, of course, which is the one we have here. Now, the dark black is going to be more like a jet black. It's going to have a colorway similar to these latches, and you can't really see it, but this black has a little tinge of brown in it, or at least that's what it looks like in the sunlight. So it's not going to be as jet black as the jet black model. But this top case is absolutely awesome. It can hold a full face helmet and then some. It's a great option if you're maybe commuting through the city on your bike. People don't realize that side cases and luggage on the side of your motorcycle adds quite a bit of width, especially if you're rocking all hard cases like we have here on this Tiger 900. So the top case is a great option for those of you who just want your bike to be a little bit narrower, or maybe you don't have to carry as much stuff day to day, or you just want one item or one luggage solution to fit all of your needs. And that's where that Exceed 45 liter top case comes in. Now, we're going to remove this one here to reveal, well, the lock's a little jammed because it's super dirty, to reveal the Hepco and Becker Easy Rack. Now, Hepco and Becker makes the Easy Rack as well as the Alu Rack, and they're essentially the same. They both have a bow to prevent load shift of the cases, but the nice thing about this Easy Rack here, you can just fold that bow out of the way. You can strap down whatever you want to this thing. You can lay something across the whole rear of the bike, or you can just keep it as is, and it's a low profile rack that's there when you need it. And then when you're ready to throw the top case back on, you just lift that bow up, throw the top case on there. Next thing we're going to move on to is the Exceed 40 liter? 38 liter, sorry, Andrew corrected me there. This is the 38 liter side case. Now, this is generally something you would do as a set, and this is another great option for completely waterproof storage, same as the top case. Exceed is also the Hepco and Becker's newest hard case lineup. So they have the most updated styling, and they have the most features that are ready to go. So I'm going to open this thing up. You get a nice little retaining rubber strap. You get a cargo net there to throw anything soft up there, like maybe a waterproof jacket or a liner or something like that in case you get cold. And it's more than enough storage for a day-to-day use, if I'm being honest. But when we remove this side case, you'll see that it is attached to the Hepco and Becker side carrier. Now, the Hepco and Becker side carrier for this model, there's a couple different ones. There is the cutout side carrier, which is designed to sit a little closer to the bike and comes with cases. It's also quite expensive. And this is the standard side carrier that we decided to throw on this Tiger 900. And this side carrier is going to be compatible with all Hepco and Becker side cases that are currently in production, which is great. So there's a wide variety of cases available to you, and you can kind of pick and choose depending on the style that you would like. But these are also great if hard luggage isn't your thing. You can strap a set of soft bags to these. on our website, we have Amphibious. They sell a couple different types of soft bags that can strap down to this. Or you could even do the Hepco and Becker X-Travel pannier kit, which would mount to this as well. And we have a whole video on that as well that you can check out if you'd like. Now, the next biggest thing that's clearly not stock on this motorcycle is going to be this Scorpion Circuit parallel exhaust. We wanted just a little bit more bark out of the Tiger 900, and that is what this provides. We've obviously removed the baffle because we don't like baffles and we're children and like loud motorcycles. But it sounds absolutely fantastic. Comes in 3 different colorways. This one is the black ceramic here, but there's also a stainless and titanium version as well. Now, I'll just start it up really quick for you guys so you can hear it and give it a couple revs. Sounds pretty great in my book, if I'm being honest. Okay, next up on the list is going to be the Sargent World Performance seats. Now, these are a great addition to your Tiger 900, and for a couple reasons, really. So these are obviously an aftermarket seat, but what's great about these is you can opt to retain your heated seat functionality if you opted for that from your dealer, but you also retain the adjustable height. The Tiger 900 is pretty great because you can adjust the seat height. All you have to do is take the seat off, raise the bar, put it back on, and these seats keep that functionality. Now, the other benefit to the Sargent seat here is this seat pan is way wider than stock. It is phenomenally comfortable. Like I said, I'm a pretty large rider, and with this seat, I have no doubts that I could ride all day on this seat. Whereas the stock seat, while okay, it honestly can't hold a candle to this Sargent seat. But what's also great about this specific model is on the sides here we have textured. It's basically a textured fabric. It's kind of rubbery, but what that means is when you stand on the seat and you're riding, you can grip it with your legs so that you don't move and the bike ends up moving like that instead. Sometimes when you're riding off-road, you know, if you have a really slippery tank or the seat's not that great to squeeze with, you don't really feel like you're planted. And this seat with that textured grip allows you to squeeze with your knees and you can feel a little bit more planted. So that's great there. Coming down to the side or the rear of the motorcycle, I suppose, we have the Pyramid plastic rear hugger. Now, this is a chain guard and rear hugger all in one. It's kind of dirty, as you can see. Now, this is great because this is going to, especially for you road riders, for you really gnarly off-road riders, this may not be the best accessory, because if you're really riding through heavy rocks or a lot of mud, it can get caked up on the underside of the fender. There's plenty of gap there, but you might run into some issues, especially with some really aggressive knobbies. But for you more road-oriented riders, this is a great accessory to help keep your bike clean. This was installed after the owner took it off-road. As you can see, there's all this dirt here. That wouldn't have been there if this was installed. So it's gonna help keep your shock cleaner, keep the underside of your bike cleaner, and overall, just keep it cleaner in general. Plus, we kind of think it completes the look a little bit. Now, you can't really see it, but up here on the rear fender, there is an infill panel right here. Now, for those of you Tiger 900 owners out there that don't have this, you would know that there's a gap here. And sometimes that can mean that water can get up under this onto your taillight or mud especially, up onto the rear rack on the underside of your case. This little infill panel from Pyramid Plastics just blocks that out. We have another infill panel down here on the left-hand side of the bike, and all this is really going to do is to help keep the dirt off your boots and help you keep your boots looking a little newer, longer. Now, next up, this bike came with the center stand, so we didn't install that, but we have the Motographics tank pads. Now, I'll remove the Hepco and Becker tank bag here so we can show you that. These Motographics tank pads are great for just keeping the zipper damage or your jacket or your jeans or belt wearing out the paint. Plus, it looks a little trick if I'm being honest. But they provide a little bit of grip, but it's not really like a sport bike tank pad. It's really more so for looks and to protect the paint from damage. Now we have this Hepco and Becker tank bag here that we installed alongside the Hepco and Becker tank ring. So we could basically just have a little bit of extra storage, so our phone or wallet, our house keys in there, and be good to go. It's easier to move. We've done a couple videos on that already. So just check the cards above so you can watch that. In front of that, we have the Pyramid Plastics wind deflector. Now this is made of aluminum. It's powder coated black, so it looks pretty nice. And basically what this is going to do is just keep the wind buffeting in the cockpit of the motorcycle down. This bike has pretty good wind protection already, but with this added, it just prevents the wind from coming up under the bars and hitting your chest a little bit better. Next up, we have Hepco and Becker handlebar guards. Now these are absolutely fantastic and a must-have if you are riding your motorcycle, either on-road or off-road, if I'm being honest. Andrew had a nasty wreck a while back and hit the back of a car on his S1000XR. Well, I shouldn't say hit the car. Well, he did hit the car. Well, we're gonna move past it, but the bottom line is he had these handlebar guards on his S1000XR, and literally, like, the bike walked away with almost no damage. It protected his hand. It'll protect your levers because, let's be honest, these plastic handguards aren't great for much besides stopping brush and protecting your hands from the wind. In a serious crash, these things are just gonna bend or crack or break immediately because they're not meant to hold up against a big crash like that. And that's where these Hepco and Becker handlebar guards come in, because they provide that rigidity to help protect your hand and everything else on the motorcycle, on your handlebars, in the event of a bad crash. Next up on the front here, we have the Evotech Performance GPS mount with the quad lock edition. Now this is great because there's a couple different variations available. This one is the quad lock one, and since I run quad lock on my personal bike, I can take my phone and attach it. My case is really old, but bam, and then I can have my phone and my GPS all ready to go just like that, and I can remove my phone whenever I need to.
Screen
but
adjustment too.
Yeah, this it also acts as a screen adjustment too. So you just have to push up and down, lift it at the top of the screen. But this GPS mount is available for Garmin models. It's available for, there's one more.
Ultimate add-ons.
Yeah, Ultimate add-ons, and then SP Connect. There's a couple different options available for the Evotech Performance GPS mount, and it's a great way to make sure you have your GPS with you, or be able to see, who's calling you. Not that you should, text anybody or stuff while you're riding, but it's just great to have, because in this day and age, everybody has their phone on them, or everybody has a GPS on them, especially if you're riding off-road, and it puts it in a really convenient spot above the dash. It doesn't block anything. It doesn't mess with the functionality of the adjustable windscreen, and it's just in a great spot overall. Moving down the motorcycle, we have the Hepco and Becker Headlight Guard. Now, if you haven't had to replace a headlight, you're in luck. These headlights are insanely expensive, and with the state of the world at the moment, 90% of stuff is on back order and pretty hard to get. So this Hepco and Becker Headlight Guard is a great way to keep brush, large debris, rocks, stuff like that, from hitting your headlights and potentially damaging them. And then you may be stuck waiting months to get a replacement from the manufacturer. Not to mention, these things are crazy expensive. Moving forward, you'll see the big white guards. These are the Hepco and Becker solid guards. Our customers absolutely love these. These are some of the best guards on the market, bar none. They're available in 2 colorways, I believe. It's black and white. There's also silver. Stainless, my apologies. Stainless available as well, but we think the white looks absolutely trick on all colorways, whether that be the red GT models, the green rally model, or this black and white model here. The white just looks absolutely fantastic on all colorways, and rolling down the road, you see that and you're just like, wow, that's a good looking bike. But not only does it look good, it's extremely, extremely functional as well. And it will protect your bike in the event of a drop or a crash, or just a slow speed tip over. So they're a great option. And they also come, if you opted for, I think the Rally Pro models come with the fog lights. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they also come with brackets so you can retain your fog lights and you don't have to worry about a different mounting solution to keep them. It's all included, which is absolutely fantastic. Next up, we have the Hepco and Becker engine guard in the same colorway. As you can see, looks absolutely fantastic, and it's going to work the same as the solid guard, but to protect that vital engine casing that you see there. Again, available in multiple colorways and just looks the business. Right below that, we have the Hepco and Becker skid plate. Now, a couple of people have saying that they have experienced resonation or resonance with the skid plate. You're going to get resonation. The engine's going to resonate regardless if you have any aftermarket skid plate on your motorcycle, just because you know, it's made of aluminum and it's going to bounce those sound waves back at the engine, which you're going to hear as a rider. If I'm being honest though, when I ride this thing, I really don't notice it. So that's something to keep in mind.
There is sound deadening available too.
Yeah, so as Andrew just said, there's sound deadening available as well on our website. It's just a little mat that you can put down in the skid plate if you're 100% concerned about that. But the skid plate is going to protect your engine casing, your headers, your oil filter, your oil pan, all from big rocks or falling over trees. It's just going to help protect the bike, and it's an absolute must in my mind if you're doing any serious off-roading, because the stock skid plate on this bike isn't really up to the task if you're going to be really railing this thing off-road, even if it does look great. But the Hepco and Becker skid plate is an absolute must in my mind. Okay, one more note about the Hepco and Becker solid guards for this bike. We've seen some people say that their knees hit the guards and that it's uncomfortable for them. I'm 6'4", sitting in the back of the saddle, and as you can see, my knees don't touch. They come very close though, you know, to touching. And if I was wearing a good set of motocross pants or leg armor, then yeah, my knees are gonna touch the bars. And then as you can see, your shins come nowhere near the bars as well. But if I sit way up on the front of the bike, my knees are obviously gonna touch, but I can feel where I'm sitting that is not the most comfortable spot to be in, because the seat tapers in really narrow, and you're just not going to be sitting here like this. So you're going to be sitting back in the saddle. If you have knee armor, your knees are going to touch. If you don't, you're going to be perfectly fine. And unfortunately, with most motorcycles, that's the way things are, and it's the price you pay for protection. But that shouldn't dissuade you. These solid guards are absolutely fantastic addition, and if you're really off-roading your motorcycle or you want to protect it to the best of the ability, it's a no-brainer. Absolute no-brainer. Hop off the bike here really quick, and last but not least, we have the Pyramid Plastics Fender Extender down here. This is a great option to help keep your motorcycle nice and clean. It's going to extend your fender, literally, that's the name of the product, to prevent debris and water and other small rocks from being kicked up at your headers, your oil pan, your radiator, because you don't want to be stuck on the side of the road with a broken radiator. It's happened to me. It's not fun. I hate it. It's also going to help protect this little stator up here too, because you know that's just out there, and that's a critical component for your electrical system. But other than that, that's all. I think we've covered absolutely everything that we've done to this bike, and you know, all of these accessories serve a purpose, and we only added them because we felt they served a purpose. Everything that we sell for this bike is completely functional, and I think you're really going to be happy with it no matter what you get, or if you decide to get it all, I mean, that's up to you. But I think that's all we got for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in more content like this, hit that bell notification so you can stay up to date on all the latest Moto Machines madness. Ride safe.